Hi folks, here we are down in Wymore, Nebraska. This is Watts, W-A-T-T'-S, Auto and Salvage. And they have thousands of cars here. Lots of stuff from the 40s on up through the 80s, I guess, mostly. So we're gonna do a walk around here, show you lots of stuff. Hope you enjoy the video. Please give us good comments, good feedback, all these kinds of things. Subscribe to the channel. And we'll do the best we can here, but enjoy the video. Well, we'll start up here where these Chevy trucks and stuff are, right where we're doing the beginning of this video. Look at the little accessory hood scoops on that one. This one's a 3600 advanced design. There's a bunch of advanced design trucks here. Here's a 3100 here, short box. You can see it's kind of all stuck in here, so I won't be able to climb into every one and show you details on them too well, but we'll do the best we can here. This is there's probably 50 advanced design trucks right here. This guy does sell complete ones. He also sells parts and stuff. This is another 3100 right here, short box. But we're gonna get in behind this stuff so we can walk around a little easier. He's kind of got the front plugged off here with this stuff, just so people don't sneak in here, but we'll catch up with you on the other side of these. I'll get a Dodge here. This looks like a two-wheel drive, long box. Got a Ford there, F6, that's a 48 to 50. Got a little Chevy coupe right here. We're gonna sneak in between these. You can see stuff stays pretty solid. Look at the bottom edges. You know, we'll get comments on some of these videos, oh, things are rusty. I think they don't know what they're looking at, or they need to borrow my glasses or something, because things out west, they get a light surface rust on them like that, which nowadays is just called a patina, but they don't get big gaping rot holes like they would if these things are sitting out on the East Coast. The bottom 6 inches would be gone. All these rain gutters and stuff would be all gone. They wouldn't be repairable at all. But out in the Midwest, or even further west, things stay really solid. That looks like probably a 53. Right there's quite a few 3100s. Oops, stepped in a hole there. You can see when people call up looking for parts and they're talking about a green one, I think probably about 80% of these trucks were painted green. You can see green, green, you know, lots of them were that same color. Occasionally you see a different color, a red one or a black one. I've got a red one that we're restoring. Gonna scoot through here. You're probably gonna get some noise from the weeds. This is a good time of year to come here, because later when all the weeds are growing up, it's probably harder to see this stuff. Look at the interesting grill guard. That one's a GMC. And notice it's got a 51 or 2 Ford pickup front bumper on it. So some farmer had switched up stuff on that one a little bit. Now, I don't know what his price range is on this stuff, because I haven't really talked to him. We came in and I asked him if we look around some, and he said sure. And I didn't really get into prices very much. There's I think a Dodge running board there. It could be a Studebaker maybe. That's a pickup running board. That's a good item sitting there. And we'll jump ahead a ways here. There's a Buick here. Buick Century. Right there. Big old boat. A lot of these things go to derby guys, because there really isn't a big value in restoring something like that, but the derby guys love them. Here's a 5-window cab here. Somebody cut a chunk out of that window. Must have needed a patch panel there. Here's a Ford pickup here, 61 to 6 style. We'll kind of sneak through here. It's kind of a jungle here. See if we can get up here a ways where we can pan over a few of these. Look at these panel trucks here. A couple Chevy panels. This is a older one here. This is a 46 back. Actually, it's a 39 is what it is. You can see the dash, the flat dash. That means 39 right there. Only the 1 year had that dash, but then they use the same body pretty much up to 46. This one here is an advanced design. There's a Chevy that got the roof cut off it. That's an old Fleetline 59, I think. There's another Suburban in behind this panel truck here. Let's check that one out. Yeah, 55 to 9 style Suburban body there. Lots of Chevy stuff. Couple more advanced design trucks there. For those of you that don't know, the advanced design is a term GM used for the trucks in 47 after the war. They changed them a lot, looked a lot more modern, hence the advanced design name. So that term goes from 47 up to early 55 series. See if I can see what this panel truck is over on the other side. It looks like a Dodge panel over here. There's a 54. That's kind of a cool truck there. I don't know if you can see I'll get a little closer to the door. Right there, official use, U.S. Navy. And that's a Dodge panel right there, a little half-ton panel truck body. Got a Metromite right there. International Metro, short wheelbase one. Look at the Willys Jeep over there, wagon. Kind of panning around here. You can see there's just a sea of doors here. I don't know if it looks like a lot of truck ones. There's some bump side Ford truck doors. There's a Chevy door. Looks like these blue ones here are Dodge, I think. And that one maybe a Chevy. Oh no, that one's another Ford one there, that copper color one. We do a lot with doors. There's quite a bit of value in them because people out east that don't want to repair rusty doors, just buy a good door and bolt it on. There's some more advanced design pickups. Boy, he's really got those piled in here, doesn't he? Lots of them. Looks like the back end of a Ford coupe right there, 46 to 8. I guess this is maybe the front part of it. We'll jump back a ways here. I get a Cadillac hearse right there. It's called a Superior. We did a little history on those a ways back on the Superior hearses and stuff. If you want to go check out that video, I think we did that one about a year ago. Look at you can see in the summer this would be all grown in. Right now you can see all that stuff without the leaves on the bushes. Look at the old Dodge van there. That's kind of cool. There's a bunch more doors and fenders, hoods. There's piles and piles of parts here. Look at the old bus. There's a few vans here. There's an early Ford van right there and another one here. Here's the Dodge. That's a Sportsman window van. Another Ford here, club wagon. Let's get over to the front of this bus. It has American Legion on the rear door there. Get up to the front and see what it is. Judging from the dash there, it's a advanced design Chevy. Let's see if it's got the nose on it. Yep. That's what it is. Kind of cool for you guys into buses. Short body on that one, short wheelbase. Boy, this guy has an impressive pile of parts laying around here. We'll jump to the other side of this van right here. There's a square body Suburban right here. I don't know where to go through here. I mean, it's like a sea of stuff. Not sure that there's a path through this area. Kind of pan over it, then I'll jump to the other side of it here for you. Well, there's a Chevy 4-door there, 47 or 8 probably. Just looking at this nose here for a 38, maybe a 39 standard Ford. There's a couple parts on that I could use. Maybe I'll talk to them about those. Little Dodge Dakota pickup. There's a Chevy Caprice 2-door. Now I'm starting to get into an area that you can actually walk a little bit, a little more open. Trying to get through those parts. It's a little British Roadster there. There's an AMC right here. Concord 4-door. Square body Chevy pickup there. There's a whole row of buses over there. We'll try to climb over that way. I think there's more rows and stuff in the back. I think what he does is he just kind of piles it up in the front to keep a little bit of security, so stuff isn't leaving, because I don't know how you'd get it out of there. It'd be pretty tough to take it if you can't get it out. We're not going to mention every car we see, because you can kind of spot them in the video yourself, and you can even complain and say, hey, you didn't talk about that 1982 Citation over there, or whatever. There's usually somebody that complains that I didn't get in more detail one vehicle, but all they have to do is give this guy a call. I'm sure he could get you pictures of whatever you want to see or whatever, or you can come out and check it out for yourself. Looks like a little Dodge van there. I think this yard goes back about a mile. I mean, it looked like it was way back from the road. There's a little Mopar here. 4-door. I don't think that there'll be snakes at this time of year. It's still been pretty cool. This one I think is a Buick maybe? Yeah, that one's a Buick. Looks like somebody grabbed a fender off it at some point. Cadillac right there. Looks like a few S10s in that area. There's another one for you Mopar guys right here. Oh, we got a Chevy there too, Bel Air. This one needs some work on the quarter panel there, but not a bad project car really. Another Chevy here, Camaro. Boy, he's got just a slew of stuff. I mean, you don't know where to start because it's just I'm kind of just right on the outer edge of it here. And it's just an insane amount of stuff. I mean, this is, for any guy that's into old cars, you got to come out here and check it out, because you get to places like this and you really can't believe the amount of stuff. And the guy seemed like a nice guy. I talked to him up front there. We were asking if we could look around and stuff. Seemed like a nice guy. I'm gonna stop and look at this one. Here's a El Camino back there, see it? Sitting in behind there. Kind of a breezy day today, but pretty warm. We've had a long winter, so we've been sick of the cold stuff. There's another couple of El Caminos here. This must be the El Camino section. Another one there too, a third one. Some more Cadillacs over here, a couple there. Man, I bet derby guys would love this place too. All these big 70s cars. There's a LeSabre. Another Olds right in there, another Cadillac. Looks like a little Chevy 2 Nova there. Now you can see we actually got onto a roadway here, so we can do a little walking. I'm going to jump up a little ways here. Well, we're just kind of panning around the edges here. I'll show you a few of these. A couple more Cadillacs back in there. Another big Caddy over there. That Dodge had a good side on the bed on the other side, but this side got a big dent in it. Looks like somebody came around this road probably when it was snowy or something and caught that truck. A couple more Cadillacs back in here we'll show you. Mostly parts cars, although that one really isn't too bad a shape, all complete. Blue one over there. Oh, there's a bunch more El Caminos up here. Buick Riviera right there. Always thought those were a great looking car for their era. This is an older style El Camino back in there. But there's a couple more here, three of them right here. Just kind of scanning around because this is a huge place and just about impossible to show everything, but got a 56 Chevy 4-door parts car back in there. I think this must be the GM side of the yard. There's lots of GM stuff. This one here got some hail damage on the hood and the windshield, Camaro. And there's some more Tri-5 Chevy stuff back in there. Looks like maybe a Dodge over that way. I'll check that one out. Yep, Dodge Royal Lancer there. 56, I believe. Got the tail fins on it. Pretty solid body, a little rust in the rear quarter, but good donor car. Got a couple Pontiacs here. One there and another Bonneville here. Somebody needed a rear door, I guess. It's a big Oldsmobile Delta 88. Another Olds. That's like a Vista Cruiser wagon. Notice it's got the glass tops on it there. It's kind of cool. Oh, and I don't know what that. I'm gonna have to go check that yellow one out over there. That looks like another ambulance or hearse. As we're walking back here, it's just a slew of stuff here. Much of which you can't really walk by too easily. This is an Oldsmobile. That's wild, huh? An Olds ambulance or hearse, one of the two. Get onto the other side of it here. Looks like a Chevy Nova back in there. Got a little Ford Ranger pickup. I'm just kind of, pointing out a few as we go by. Like I say, it would take you about a year to talk about every one of these. That's pretty wild though right there. See if I can jump ahead of here a ways. There's a Monte Carlo. Little Buick Sport Wagon. That's another with the glass top. You can see the top here. Notice how it's got the side window, then it's got this window, then it's got another window on top there. It's like the Vista Cruiser, but this is a Buick. I'm not sure. This is the first one I mentioned. I think this one's an Olds, I thought. Jump to the front here. Yep, that one's the Olds. You can hear my feet sticking into that mud. It's like a suction cup. It is pretty gooey here yet. I don't think you'd have much luck getting anything out of here right at the moment. And the Catalina Pontiac. There's another El Camino there. Jump up here a ways. We're in another open area here. We can kind of pan around. Here's something you don't see every day in a junkyard. A little Nova convertible right there. Seemed like that would be certainly a good donor car, but it seemed like if somebody had a four-door or a lesser model, they could fix that up. Some more modern stuff. There's another little Mopar in there. I'm not sure if that's a Dodge Dart, maybe. This one I recognize. This is an AMC right here. Javelin. That's the first body style of them. This in the rear axle. Doors. Still got some good parts on it though. See what's over this way. Here's another Rambler here, the blue one. Well, these are kind of the AMC and Mopar area. Here's one here. There's another Javelin there. And then in behind it, you can see the little stubby one with the cut-off back. That's a Gremlin, AMC Gremlin. You don't see those around every day anymore. Yeah, we kind of get spoiled out in this area of the country because it's just big yards like this still around. Most of the East Coast and stuff, they've scrapped them all years ago. Little Chevy pickup, don't look too bad. Long box, two-wheel drive. Another Chevy here. Four-door, Bel Air, looks like. There's another Olds. Look at the fiberglass nose on that. The sun is just cooking that nose cone on that one. Here's another wagon here. Another little Buick wagon. And another Chevy four-door beside it there. There is just an amazing, I don't know. I think we're probably 2/3 of the way back maybe, but it's pretty wide too. We've only gone back in basically a straight line. Look at the whole back end cut out of that one. Somebody needs some parts. Here's a fork in the road. Which way to go? That way? Or this way? I think I'll go this way. We'll kind of go back on this side, and we're on the, I believe it's the west side over here. There's a fairly modern Beetle there. It's funny because there's some newer ones mixed in here and there. A lot of them are older. I guess it just depends on what he gets a call for and what he can bring in. There's a LeSabre. Looks like it was red. Now, because of the Nebraska sun, it's pink. Oh boy, this pile here, look in here, there's a bunch of them in those weeds there, but you'd have to drag them right out of there. You can't even hardly see. There's probably 30, 40 cars back in there. And I can smell a skunk somewhere too, so I gotta watch my tracks here. There's some Camaros and stuff over this way. Don't need to get sprayed by a skunk before the swap meet. So like I say, we got lots of stuff planned for this year. Trips all over the country, swap meets, auctions, museums, junkyards, antique shows, flea markets, you name it. We'll show whatever we can. If it's old, we like it pretty much. We don't get stuck on any one thing particular. We find that the more we broaden our horizons, the better we do. So please check all our old videos if you haven't already. And keep an eye on the stuff coming out this year too. There's a Chrysler. There's a little Corvair there, the bluish color one. Here's another Chevy convertible up on the top there. Kind of rusty in the quarters and stuff, but that's a good donor car. Got all the top mechanism if you had a car you wanted to convert or something. There's a little Dodge Dart. Ooh, that's kind of freaky. Come around the corner and see that one there. Sticking on the antenna of that Dart. There's another big Chrysler here. Another Cadillac. Got a lot of big boat cars, Cadillacs and stuff like that. Lincolns, or Oldsmobiles and Buicks and stuff. There's another Buick right there. I don't know if you can see, if I can get to a higher point or something here, you can kind of see, I kind of pan over this stuff, but it's just a huge area here. And I think that row of pine trees back there, or evergreens, whatever you want to call them, I think that's the back. Cedar trees, I guess. That's the back boundary of his property, looks like, or back area of his junkyard here anyway. Some Novas. Here's a little Fiero here. Camaro. There's a Nova Custom. There's a Ford mixed in there. Right there, that red one. Two-door hardtop Galaxy 500. Here's another Fiero there with the hood up. You're gonna get grass noise, but there's nothing we can do about that. There's the Apollo. Like a Nova, but a Buick. And that's the hatchback one there too. Looks like another Nova over there. Bunch more Cadillacs over in there. There's another El Camino right here. Oh, look at the little Rambler American here. Wagon. That's pretty cool with the roof rack on it. That Rambler Custom. That's a fancy one with all the trim down the side. Pretty cool. You know, a lot of these are donor cars for parts, but there are a few around that could be saved that I've noticed. Because most of them aren't total rust buckets. If they were, they'd be strictly parts, but there's a Firebird. Just kind of panning around this area. We'll jump to the other side of these trees for you. Got a Chevelle there. Got some Camaros and Firebirds and stuff like that around in here. Somebody wants to build up a muscle car. There's quite a few body shells around here. And that looks like the back of it over there. Maybe we can go down the edge of it here and get to that very back row. We are probably, I would guess, probably close to a mile out. Maybe he's got a section or something that's, because I don't know if you can see, but way off there, you can see the power lines way out there. That's where we started. And all we did is make one path back pretty much. So there's just a giant pile of stuff here. We're right along the edge, and this would be a cornfield here to the left at a different time of year. Right now it's just some remnants of corn stalks. Jump up here a ways. A lot of wind out here because we're out in the open here now. We'll climb under this tree here and get along the back row here. And way in the back corner now. There's another hatchback Nova there. Get quite a few of those around here. Pontiac Ventura. Another Nova. There's a lot of Novas. A lot of Novas. Here's a big Pontiac Bonneville here. I'm trying to pan over some of these, you know, so you can get an idea. So you can always pause on something, you know, they invented the pause button a long time ago. A lot of guys say, well, how come you didn't hang on that one longer, you know, if I'm at a swap meet? Well, if we're showing 1,000 cars, or in this case, 5,000 cars, or whatever he's got here, you can't show everything. And we try to, at the swap meets and stuff, we try to show prices. And if we're in a car corral, we try to show the information so you can contact the person. But it's tough to get them all, you know. Everybody misses something here or there. But we do the best we can. Here's an International Scout right there. Scout 2. A little rusty along the edges, but it's a four-wheel drive, good donor truck. There's a Coronet right there. Look at the wild tail fins on that one. There's a Plymouth. 4-door. Looks like we're getting into maybe a Mopar section here. Cutlass Supreme there. Well, we're going to get over to this side. Another Dodge Coronet there. I mean, I don't see an end to this place. It's just gigantic. So I don't know how long this guy's been doing it, but I'd guess he's been doing it quite a while. Because it would take you a long time to move this many in. Even if people were giving them to you for free. Some more Chryslers around here. Oh, here's a Jeep. I'll show you the Jeep. There's a Jeep wagon right there. The old Willie's Jeep. And we'll jump over to the next row here. So just trying to give you an idea of the scale of this place. We came down what I think was the west side, and as far as I can see over there to those trees way over there is vehicles. Over to the east side, I believe. So there is a lot of stuff. There's another Jeep wagon. Looks like a Studebaker in behind there. Right there, Studebaker sedan. Another Studebaker here, looks like. So any of these things I'm saying the wrong name or identifying wrong, you can correct me if you want on the comments. I'm sure I got something wrong. It's usually how it goes, but a little Belvedere there, Plymouth. Mercury Monterey right in there. Or if you see things that we didn't mention, you can talk about it in the video. Maybe you know this place, I've been here before. All this interaction helps, so please get involved if you can. You know, if you're on a TV, all you gotta do is press the, well, on our Fire Stick anyway, you just press up a couple times and it takes you to an area that you can comment. But it's easier on a computer or on a cell phone to comment, but on a TV it's very easy to give a thumbs up. You just press up a couple times and you can give the thumbs up or subscribe. This is an unusual one here. This is a two-door hardtop Plymouth Belvedere. So you don't see very many of those. Notice the funny trim down the back there. Got a three-piece rear window. And here's a sedan, Plaza. So we must be into the Mopar area here mostly. There's a Scamp right here. Got some flames on the front of it. So there's all kinds of Valaris and Darts and Valiants and all that kind of stuff. There's a Rambler stuck in here. Here's another Studebaker right there. Otherwise, a lot of Mopar stuff. This one's an AMC. See another panel truck back here. Let's go check that out. Looks like I got to go through some water here, though. I'll catch up with you on the other side. Yeah, we made it over to the panel truck here. Got over that water hole, and it's a Ford one. I don't see too many of those around. Looks like a 59 or 60 maybe. Ford panel. A tree fell right on that one. Let's go along the back here. They got a roadway across the back. There's some more trucks back in here. Here's a Dodge truck right here. These are a couple farm trucks, 10.5s. Somebody got the nose off that one. Here's a Studebaker truck. There's a Ford that's the unibody with the cab and bed all one piece there. It's a long box one. Here's a Dodge here. This is like a 46 or 7. The bug eyes. Wouldn't mind getting those headlights right there. Got a good grill on that one. Let's see if we can, I see some more older trucks over here. So we'll kind of cut across this aisle if we can. Jump back over here. I'll catch up with you on the back side of this aisle. And we got a Jeep there. Got a Studebaker pickup right there. Like a 1949 or 50, something like that, Studebaker. Looks like quite a few trucks back in this area, so we'll check a few of them out. Got a Chevy there, then a Ford next to it. There's a couple more Chevys here. There's a Ford there, F-250. There's a 53 to 5 cab right in there. This is kind of a mix, Ford, Chevy, you name it. These are two Fords right here. There's a Chevy there. This one looks like maybe a, let's look at the front here. It looks like a 58 or 9. Maybe a 59 or 60, I guess. Got a nice chrome grille on it. Look at the old dealership sticker there from Beatrice with the Ford and Mercury logo on it. That's kind of cool. That was a local truck. Bet you a lot of these were back in the day. Probably cleaned up the area pretty good. There's a couple big junkyards in this town. We're going to try to hit the other one too while we're here. So it's kind of a mecca for this kind of stuff. Here again, we just can't emphasize how big this place is. We're still, those trees way over there, I think of the end of it, but there's probably, I would guess this guy has more than 5,000 cars. I don't know. I mean, I didn't hear him say how many he thought he had, but there's a lot of them. There's a 58 or 9 Chevy cab there. That's a good item. Fords and Chevys. Chevy there, Ford, another Chevy. Here's a Dodge up here missing the grill. That's a Dodge pickup right there. Somebody's stripped the hood and the grill and stuff, but here's the older Chevy. 46 or so, 41 or 6. Still got the headlights on there. Actually, I believe this is a 41 because it has the die-cast headlight top. See what it's got inside it here. Oh, it's missing the whole cab back. It's kind of funny. Still got a good header panel in there. Those are hard to come by. So if you're looking for parts, a place like this, well, you could clean up. Bring your toolbox. I think he's kind of a one-horse operation here, so, you know, if you want stuff, you're probably going to have to come get it. There's a crew cab square body there. There's a Dodge pickup right there. Oh, here's a Chevy cab that donated the header panel. A lot of those are rusted out in the header panel. Well, that one's missing on that one. Somebody must have cut that out to work on another one. Chevy cab there. That one's sitting right in a water hole. Probably won't last too long there. Here's an F1 pickup. Somebody's already grabbed the steering column out of that one. Those are popular for hot rods, but the brake parts are and stuff too. Missing the front axle, I guess. We'll jump up a ways here. Well, we're kind of in a big intersection here. Here's a 41 Ford 1-ton. Still got the headlights, got the waterfall on there. Those parts won't fit a pickup, but they will fit the 1-ton or bigger. Maybe a 3/4 ton will fit, but not the 1/2 ton. Another Chevy truck there. Boy, a place like this would give me a lifetime supply of parts. We sell a lot of parts online, but it's kind of a haul for us to come down here. I guess if I came down here with some helpers and pulled a bunch of parts and load it up, it would be good, but if I don't have helpers, it would be quite a chore to do it myself. I mean, you could probably spend a couple weeks down here pulling parts. Some older ones. That looks like an old 1930 or so Chevy. Some Model T and A frames in there. Another advanced design. Another F1 there. That is an F1. You can tell the F1 fenders because they got a, see how that's like, I don't know, 2.5 inches or so. If you look at an F2 or bigger, it's only about 3/4 of an inch right there because the fenders have a bigger wheel cutout. This one's still got the steering column in it. Those steering columns, they're really good for 32 Fords or Model A, you know, early Ford application, the hot rod stuff. People really like the F1 or F100 columns. There's a Ram Charger. Look at this, even got a Jeep over here. Little Jeep mail truck there. What's this one say on the door? Something County Highway Department. An old Ford there. 59 or 60, I'm not sure. I think that's a 59 maybe. Could be a 60. You can tell me. The grills are different on the two. Well, this is the first wide window truck I've seen here. It's a Dodge. Got the deluxe wide window cab there on that Dodge right there. People are really after wide window trucks, whether it's Ford, Chevy, Dodge, whatever. They all made them. Checking the Chevy cab out back here. Whoop, stepping on a frame rail. Yeah, see, this one's got some rust just starting on the top. Not too bad a cab, but you get it up in there, you can see, I don't know if you can see it right there, but you get mice up in the header panel and causes them to rust out. There's a GMC tailgate laying there. Uh-oh, I get off the path now, I'm stuck back in here. There's another Chevy cab here. That one's starting up above the windshield too. That's a real common problem. You can have a pretty nice cab, but then the header panel's rusted out. They do make them now. You can buy a header panel, but here's a 3800, I think, 1-ton Chevy pickup. Here's another old 46 Chevy, and you can see this one's got a common problem too. The header panel in here, but also this rust that's halfway up the door. That's because they have a little shelf inside there, inside the door, to keep the inner door panel and the door skin from rattling. And then the mice get in there and they make a nest, and before you know it, you get a rust hole. Look at this truck here. It's got a toolbox. They cut out the side of the bed. It's another Chevy pickup, 3100 short box. That'd be a cool shop truck for somebody. Look at this one. It's an old tire truck. That's pretty cool. Got a power tailgate on the back. Crete, Nebraska. Scala's OK Tire Store. Got a Ford bump side cab on it. Ford wagon, you know, a panel wagon. That old tire truck is pretty cool. Yeah, we'll jump up a little ways here. A Dodge there, Adventure, long box, Prospector. There's another Ford truck back here. This one's a 40, 41. Let me grab the doors off it. These headlights are popular because they got that little light on the bottom. They're good for hot rodding, or also Cabover trucks use that same headlight stand. We've sold a bunch of those over the years. So I'm gonna kind of walk across the back. We're gonna miss a lot of them here in the middle, but I don't think I got enough walking in me to do this whole place. We drove down here yesterday. Left a little afternoon, got down here. It's about 7 hours down here for us. Got down here and stayed overnight. Got up in the morning, come over here. We're doing this one, and then we hope to do another yard here near this town. Then we'll do the swap meet, and I think we're going to do the Speed Museum too, the Speedway Museum in Lincoln. So keep an eye out for all those videos. There's another crew cab square body back in there. We got a little shade tree here. Wouldn't think it would be quite this warm. This is the last day of February. There's another little square body crew cab. Look at this one here. This is kind of cool. We got a tree service. Another Chevy truck there. Says tree service on the door. There's a 38 or 9 cab up on there. Ford truck. Glove box door. Does have the upper dash rail. So somebody's taking some parts, but not all the parts off them. There's still lots of stuff I see that, you know, stuff that we readily get. Well, not readily, but we get all the time and have good luck selling. Oh, I see a Cabover in the trees here. Looks like maybe a Ford 53 to 55. Missing the doors. in the hood. Somebody grabbed a couple of the hard to find parts off it. They must have been working on one. That's a Cabover snub nose truck. There's a piece I could use right there. Wish I'd bought my wrench back here with me. I would unbolt that. Sure he'd sell it to me if I walked up with it. There's a Ford bed here for a 53 up. Not too bad looking. Red patina on it. There's a 36 Ford truck right there. No doors. See if I can get back here. Still got the windshield regulator. That's a good item right there. Got the rear window garnish on it. This one's actually a 37 is what it is. It's got the V-shaped windshield. Just kind of walking along here, showing you what we see. Another wagon there, Chevy wagon against the back line. There's another Cabover in front of the other one. I guess they, oh no, it's not a Cabover. I could see the, looked like it was a snub nose, but that's a 46 Chevy truck back in there, buried in the trees. And that one looks pretty complete. Probably get a lot of parts on that one. Another Chevy wagon back in there. Square body pickup there. That one's kind of a rusty donor truck. There's another square body crew cab back in there. There's quite a few of those crew cabs here. I've got a couple of those at our place too that we got for sale if anybody wants one. Be good stuff to build. I think they set the world record with a crew cab last year, or a square body crew cab. Got over 100 and something thousand for it. One of those fancy auctions. There's a Pontiac here. A couple more Chevys in the back 40 here. I mean, it's like every time you turn around you think, oh, there's just a couple things there. Well, shit, there's probably 12 cars right there. And you keep adding those up and there's just thousands of them. Malibu. It's another Impala. Another one back in the trees. Looks like a 59 back in the trees there. Skylark here. A couple more Chevys. Quite a few Chevys, I guess, over in this area. Now we'll jump ahead a little ways here. Now we get some more Chevys here. Here's a wagon here. Another wagon. Got a big Cadillac there. Look at that one. Got the whole quarter panel cut off of it. Another Chevy Caprice, I think. Here's a Malibu wagon. Quite a few wagons around this place. You don't see those around so much. But there's a lot of them here. You see something left there. I've seen a few spots where things get pulled out and sold. There's another El Camino. Now this is finally, that row of trees we were talking about for so long are these cedar trees here. Now we're way over on, I think it's the east side. I kind of losing my directions here, but this place has got to be one of the biggest junkyards I've ever been in. I didn't think it was going to be quite so big. I would have brought some different walking shoes. I mean, it's gigantic. So if you want to see an impressive junkyard, come on up here and check it out. Wymore, Nebraska. There's another 58 or 9 Chevy. That's a half-ton pickup. And see this guy here, Watts Auto Salvage. And you would not believe the collection of stuff up in here. I'm just kind of panning around a lot of it and not even catching a lot of it because it's just way too much. I like this. Remember these stickers there? Doubles right there on a Mustang. Chicago Bulls fan. There's another Ford cab there, an older Ford cab. Looks like a 42-7. That one's still got some parts in there. Got the glove box door. Somebody took the driver's door. Passenger door is still on it. So a lot of these, you know, a lot of them had, you know, parts taken off them, but there's still lots of good pieces and parts left. There's a couple Plymouths, well, Plymouth and a Dodge, I guess. Plymouth on the right, Dodge on the left. Check out this older coupe over here. Looks like he does some of his, or he's done some crushing probably down in this middle area. Got rid of a few from the looks of it. Here's a Pontiac right there. Just trying to see what this coupe is. It's kind of hot rodded. And he's added some stuff to it. Looks like a GM coupe of some sort. Maybe somebody can tell us, but it's had a lot of modifications done to it. Well, actually, it'll tell us right there. It's a Buick. But look how they added on a piece there outside of the original. So it's had a lot of modifications done. That's a Buick coupe. Looks like in the newer stuff, it's kind of in the center. Around these outer edges, kind of looks like the older. There's another Studebaker there. There's another Studebaker back in there. A couple Buicks here. Here's another Chevy crew cab. That's the later series, but those are getting very collectible too. A couple Chevys here. That's a Buick back in there. There's another Chevy here. Here's a Ford here, 1950 Ford. Shoebox, they call them. Coupe. Looks like a few older ones back in here. There's a fastback Torino, I believe. That's a Plymouth right here, maybe a 38 Plymouth or so. Maybe I'll jump to that back aisle because there's quite a bit of older stuff back in there. Yeah, we got a Chevy Aero sedan here, or Aero coupe. Still got some good parts on that one. A lot of stuff gone, but still some good stuff there. There's the garnishes laying right there. Some of the washboard trim on it still. Looks like a 37 Chevy here. You get out of the sun, maybe you can see it. There it is. Two-door sedan. Looks like a little 50 Plymouth right there. Four-door one. A couple more Chevys here. Here's another Mopar. Probably a Plymouth. 46, 7, 8, somewhere in there. There's another one of the Chevys. Four-door one. So they're just everywhere. Look at somebody cut the rear window out of that one. Another Chevy. Here's a fastback four-door right there. Just an impressive amount of stuff. I don't know. I think I could spend about a week looking here and probably not even see everything. Here's an older Ford here. Looks like a 37 maybe. Maybe a 38 or 9. One of the two. There's some more older I see some like 42 to 6 Fords back in there. Here's what's left of a Plymouth. You can see the Plymouth grill on it right there. Somebody cut the top. It looks like it was a coupe, and I think they cut all the coupe stuff off at the tops of the doors, the roof, and the quarters. Maybe they were going to make another one into a coupe in one of those pieces. Seemed like I would have just taken the whole body. But that might have been done a long time ago too, when they, you know, people weren't too worried about that stuff. We'll jump up here a ways. Looks like we got a Ford there, 58 or 9. I'm gonna jump through these weeds here and see what's on this side. This looks like where he's been doing some crushing and stuff. Got this one up on its side. Probably cleaned out some of the more modern stuff that isn't really worth much as a collectible. Here's a grain dryer. What does that say on there? Sales and service, dry down grain dryer. It's a Chevy or a Dodge van that a salesman must have used, and got the business name painted on the side there, whatever he was selling. Yeah, there's a pile of cars up in there, modern stuff. Looks like it's all just scrap metal. This looks like it's about 8 or 10 cars deep laying up in there. We're just gonna pan through a few of these on the way out. We gotta get to lunch, get to the other place. And like I've said many times in this video, this place is just unbelievable. I mean, I've just taken a quick walk around the edge and shown you stuff just to give you a rough idea. I mean, these videos aren't meant to show you every little thing. It's to give you an idea. So if you're from a long ways away and you want to make the effort to drive up here and get some stuff, you can see the amount of stuff that's here. So definitely worthwhile. Some more trucks back in here. Looks like a 57 Chevy truck right there. Here's a Ford truck. Probably an F600 or something. Yep. F600 there. Oh, what is this one back here? Another early Ford there. Maybe that one I believe is a 37 right there. 2-door sedan. These, you know, you could go, somebody like this, somebody's pulled the dash out and stuff, but it's still got a header panel. It's a little bent up, but it's a usable piece. Looks like probably just 2 screws and you could get that out. So there's lots of stuff here that would be worthwhile. There's a Ford coupe body. Look at the old boom truck there. You can see that from here. It's a Chevy boom truck there. There's another 55 to 9 Chevy pickup over there. Kind of pan this side. There's a Buick LeSabre. Right behind it's a Scooby van, Ford van. There's a Plymouth there with a yellow fender on it. Here's 2/3 of an International pickup here. I don't know what happened there, but it's missing this whole side of it, including the bed and all. I think somebody probably made wall art out of that one, which is a shame because that one looked like it was solid. I mean, wall art's cool, but I've seen a lot of good stuff got ruined that way. And the problem is, once they cut something like that in half, it's never going to come back. There's a Ford truck grill right there. There's another Dodge there with the fins on it. There's a Pontiac, a Chevy pickup there. So we're kind of getting back out towards the street again. We're going to show you a few on the way out, but I hope you enjoyed the video, and you know, give us some feedback on it. And like I say, we might have seen 10% of this place, in the actual video here. I mean, you could see it in the distance and stuff. You've probably only seen 10% of it. That's how big it is. There's another Chevy pickup back there. You can see it back in there. I got this header panel off that 37 Ford. I'm gonna stop by the front desk here, see if they'll sell it to me. Just had a couple little screws. I wish I could have got more stuff, but I just don't really have the time right now or the tools in my pocket to pop a few things off, but there's a lot of stuff here I'd like to buy. I always kind of wanted one of these Dodge trucks over here. You can see it, like a 70s military power wagon right there. Pretty cool. I guess we'll kind of cut up through this way. There's a bunch of truck cabs to my left here, which we'll try to see a few of those. Here's a 37 Ford, a complete truck right here. Somebody grabbed the glove box door off that one too. Those are kind of valuable, but it's still got a lot of stuff on it. Looks like maybe a 34 or 35 standard Chevy up on the back there. Two-door sedan. That one's got some good parts on it. Still got some of the garnishes. Look at the vent window deals there. Those are hard to come by. A lot of good stuff on that one yet. Oh, here's another Gremlin, a yellow AMC Gremlin. International trucking behind it there. Here's a Ford truck with a nice grill. It's an F1, 51 or 2. That one's still got the column in it and stuff too. That's actually pretty solid. I mean, it's got a dent in the roof there, but that could be popped out. If you had a hood and a front axle, you can make yourself an F1. There's another Gremlin in behind it, orange one. Just kind of panning around here. There's another panel truck there. And I'm not sure what that one looked like. It was an international nose on that, I think. Some sort of old delivery truck. There's more old buses and stuff up in there. I don't know, we got to get out of here for lunch. My son's waiting for me, but I keep seeing stuff to look at here, but it's a long path. Every time you take a different turn, there's like another 1,000 cars. It's crazy. There's a Rambler there. Look at a nice little Ford van right there, Econoline. In behind it too is a 50, let's see, that's a 56. But that's a 1-ton, 9-foot bed, 56 Ford pickup there. You don't see those too often. Another old bus here with a 50 Ford nose on it. Look at this. This was somebody's wild idea. They put a pickup topper on a van, and then it's got a wind deflector made out of fiberglass on there. Kind of wild. It's a good looking 37 or 8 Chevy truck cab right there. Door is wide open. That one's still got a lot of good parts in it. That's a good solid cab actually. Somebody did grab the rear window bezel. They have a die cast piece on there. They're hard to come by. So, you know, there's been some people cherry picking some of this stuff, but there's still lots of it here. Look at this one. This is like a 53 to 56 Ford panel truck made into a trailer. Cut the whole front off and put a hitch on it. There's another El Camino. Get a lot of El Caminos around here. There's a Ford Galaxy convertible on the left here. It seems like that would be a worthwhile donor right there. This one looks like maybe a Hudson. I think it's one of the last Hudsons. No, it's a Studebaker. Studebaker President right there. Look at the Ford Courier or sedan delivery right there in the middle. It's kind of cool. But you can see there's just slews of stuff. Which way do you turn? I don't know. There's an old tanker truck over there. You'd have to watch this on the big screen TV to see some of the stuff off in the distance. Trying to see what this cut off car is here. Is an older 30s car here that's cut off and made into a truck. Oh, that one's a Mopar. Looks like a 35 or 6 probably. Dodge or Plymouth. Just a slew of stuff. There's a Mercury with the big M on the front. Oh, here's one for you guys. GM convertible here. Look at that, somebody welded a piece of plate on the quarter panel there, but missing the top mechanism, but it's still got quite a few parts on it. Somebody grabbed the top mechanism and the top of the windshield, unfortunately. We'll jump ahead a little ways here, and we'll catch a few of these on our path out. There's a Suburban over there in the distance and a 57 Chevy there. Another El Camino there. Looks like an international cab laying up on its edge there. In a Ford car. Two-door car there. We'll pan over this side. I see one tractor back in the pile there. It's kind of walking up the edge here. So, you know, it's impossible to show all this stuff. So do yourself a favor, come down here, make a vacation out of it. Bring your toolbox and a buddy. Because if you need it, they have it. More truck cabs back in here, another 37 Chevy there. And we got a 40 Chevy there, that green one. I think that maybe where his house is there. There's a house built into the ground there. Oldsmobile. Look at all the vans here. All the vans. Must be full of parts and pieces probably. Look, they're on the left here too. So I don't know if they're full of stuff or what. Or if they're just vans sitting there. Oh, there's mechanical parts in them and stuff. Look at all the manifolds in the back end of this Ranger. So anyway, we're going to end it there. Walking down Van Alley. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next round.